What's up, witches? I'm Luna. Welcome to my channel and welcome to Jammy Cam. It is a few days after Christmas and Mercury is at a dead stop right now, stationing retrograde. And I have an unboxing to do, but I just don't have the energy to get out of my jammies. So here's where new viewers find out that we kind of let it all hang out on this channel, right? So today's unboxing is a gift. So exciting. Hold on. This was a gift from my viewer, Roxanne, my viewer and patron, Roxanne Pedersen. Thank you so much. This is the Herbal Astrology Oracle, or the Herbal Astrology Oracle, by Adriana Ayales, and the artwork is by Josephine Clerks, a 55-card deck and guidebook. This showed up just a couple days ago. It was so exciting. And by the way, if you would like to give me that kind of excitement, there's a link below to my Amazon wish list, and you can pick anything off of there and send it to me, and I will be just as excited. So this says, you are the medicine. Open an ancient portal to discover the powerful connection between the healing wisdom of plants and their astrological rulers with this unique 55-card oracle deck and guidebook. Each richly illustrated card depicts a sacred plant ally and its planetary correspondences, while the guidebook illustrates the traditional medicinal applications, ceremonial uses, spiritual messages, animal guides, and symbolic meanings associated with these important herbs, trees, flowers, and mushrooms. Awesome! And this is a Hay House deck, so we have this wonderful, nice, solid box with the thumb holds here, which is a good thing because it's a bit of a pull to get it open. So I have taken the plastic off and the band off the cards, but everything is in the box the way it was. And this is my wonderful note from Roxanne, and blessings to you, my dear. So here's the guidebook, and it's a chunker. It is chunky, and every card has a good deal of information on it. So let's take a quick walk. There's an introduction. Ooh. Working with the Herbal Astrology Oracle, and then spreads. And then under the card meanings, they are separated into planetary categories. I love this. Herbs of the Sun, the Moon, Venus, Mercury, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto. And then we have herbs of the asteroids and herbs of the lunar nodes. Ooh, and I see ashwagandha. This is going to be very, very interesting because, as you may know, I am also an astrologer. Acknowledgements about the author, about the artist. Let's see how. As above, so below, as within, so without, the ancient alchemical axiom. So she talks about reclaiming ancient knowing, poisonous and psychedelic plants. All right, that's an important disclaimer. Some of the plants within the deck are toxic, poisonous, or psychedelic. Do not ingest any of the poisonous herbs except if prepared by an experienced practitioner, shaman, curandero, or trained herbalist. Some plants may be harmful to pregnant women or those with particular disorders or diseases and can potentially counteract pharmaceutical drugs. So keep all of this in mind and seek professional and qualified advice. Absolutely, all the time, every time. Wait a minute here. There, now I have a top to my head. Remember that working with plants isn't just about ingesting them. You may also create ritual tools, flower and herb essences, and environmental essences, or simply meditate with the plant to be able to experience the powerful healing energy it contributes to our reality. You can make sachets, herbal sachets. You can do spells, all kinds of stuff. Ritual objects and talismans. For thousands of years, herbal charms, talismans, and ritual objects have been used for ceremonial protection and magic, often as altar objects to reaffirm healing intentions and assist shamans within their healing practice. There are many ways to use herbs in the creation of ritual objects, and I invite you to really tune into what you sense and feel when invoking herbs in your practice. Classic talismans are woven into pouches that can be worn, like I was saying, a sachet, carried or made into wands, necklaces, and more. Wands can be used in smoke cleansing rituals such as smudging in Native American traditions, or limpias in Central South American traditions. The practice of using smoke from herbs, flowers, barks, and resins to bless, protect, and sanctify objects, spaces, people, and animals is ancient and is a key way to engage with herbal allies. So then we have working with, prepare a sacred space, set your intention, choose your cards. Uprights and reversals, okay. Astrological configurations and the card spreads. There's the cardinal cross of the medicine wheel. There's present moment spread, relationship spread, the moon spread, and then we go into the cards themselves. Okay. Alrighty. So, taking a look, and I'm sorry it looks so dark here, but it does. I've got lights like on all sides, and it just is a terribly Northeast Ohio kind of day. Everything is really gray. We have had so very little sun in the past week or more, and there might be a little bit better there. Okay, so inside the lid says you are the medicine. Excellent reminder. And then let me bring you in closer. Okay, so here are the card backs. And we have the sun and the moon. We have the astrological beasts. Well, kind of. There's a lion, there's a deer, and there's a rabbit, and a crow. And there's a bottle dripping liquid, a seed. There's all kinds of cool imagery here, and an Ouroboros at the top with these cross branches that make it look like a pretzel. Okay. Yes, it's the week between Christmas and New Year's. Food is still on the brain. Not to mention the hips. All right. So, right off the bat, the cards are very richly colored. There's a lot of imagery in each one. We've got a swing and a bird and these, calendula, which is marigold. There's a symbol for the sun at the top. We have a number, we have the plant name, and a keyword. The keyword for this one is purity. We have a naked child. That kind of refers back to the sun card in the tarot, where you've got the naked kid on the horse. And here it looks like there's a door into a tree. There's a path, but this looks like the door goes into a tree directly. So lots of stuff to hook onto intuitively. Number 2 is St. John's wort, and that is radiance. So again, the solar vibe of these cards is very clear in the color. And here we have the deer and the rabbits, and a house on fire. Yikes. Then we have rosemary, ancient memory. So obviously this first group is sun. All the ones that symbol at the top is the sun symbol. Ancient memory is rosemary, and rosemary indeed can be helpful for memory, and whether you use it in spell work or whether you ingest it. Rue, protection. Look at the lion face. And the angels. Gorgeous. And we've got the lemniscate, the infinity symbol, and we also have the symbol for Pluto on this card. I don't know. Oh, yeah, wait. So this one is just sun. That one's just sun. This one is sun and Mercury. Okay, and that one's sun Pluto. This one is sun moon, blue lotus, intuition. Oh, look at that. So we have the kind of the solar energy here, but we certainly bring the lunar vibe in with the coloring. It's just beautiful. Look at this cup overflowing. Again, some references to the tarot imagery. And these, the stylized image of the lotus that you see in Egyptian iconography. And now we're into the moon group. Here's sage, blessing. Look at the color change. Look at the color shift from sun to moon. This says moon Jupiter. This is Paudarco, moon Pluto, metamorphosis. It's just gorgeous. She's holding a mask. The energy flows that are in the imagery. Look at the uterus shedding blood. Gorgeous. And then we have Moon Neptune. Bobinsana. I've never heard of that. We've got the DNA double helix. Ah, such beautiful things. This looks like a watch, like it's certainly an allusion to time, and it's melting. Trust is the key word here. Did I give you the keywords before? Metamorphosis. Yes, I did. Moon and Neptune. Then we have Sun Moon. Okay, interesting. I'm curious now. Because this one looks like the sun is the primary planet. No, they are listed, in order under the category. So this one is not listed under the category of the sun, only the moon. But the sun is bigger than the moon here, so I'm curious. Inner peace is the key word. Look at the sleeping goddess there. Mugwort, psychic healing, that's Moon Neptune. Oh yes, mugwort is an amazing herb for the female system, not to be used when you're pregnant. Look at the triple goddess and the moon phases and the spirals and the owl and the crone. You're right, Roxanne, I love these. And now we are into Venus, Damiana, Venus, Pluto. Interesting that we have Venus ahead of Mercury. I mean, the order of the planets goes Venus, Mercury, Venus, Mars, but she's got Venus, Mercury, Mars. Okay, whatever. Damiana, another great herb, is the beloved. And I'm very interested that she's got Damiana under Venus, because this has always felt like a very masculine herb to me. The beloved. Okay. I'm going to learn some things here. This is Rose. Venus and Moon, love. I love the two, the dark hand and the lighter hand holding together. Diversity in a deck that is not driven by people images. Here's Motherwort, strength, and we have another uterine image with the plants. And lions again. This is just Venus. Then we have, come on, hibiscus is joy, and this is Venus Pluto. Wow. Again, cultural diversity. It's gorgeous. Yarrow is plain Venus harmony. We've got part of a I Ching hexagram, or I Ching trigram, I suppose we'd call it. Mukuna, now we are into Mercury. Journey. And this is Mercury Uranus. We'll go a little bit faster now. Mercury Moon, go to Kola, higher consciousness. That certainly looks like a masculine herb, but it's Mercury Moon. Mercury Uranus, Lion's Mane. Leadership. Lion's Mane is amazing. I've been doing some reading on it recently, and I'm very, very interested in using this as a tonic, and I need to talk to my doctor about it. Mercury Jupiter is Tulsi, wealth. I believe it's also known as Holy Basil, and that's Mercury Jupiter. This is just Mercury, Lavender Weaver. Mars, Nettle. This is Mars Pluto. Nettle is action. Nettle is one of the best herbs you can possibly take, and it's not one of those where you, be careful, If you make a tea of nettles, or you can eat them, you can cook them in a soup, just, use this herb. Be careful with the sting, though. It is such a wonderful complex of vitamins and minerals. Very good to boost your system. Mars Pluto, another Mars Pluto, Yergon Sacha, Transfiguration. And we have kind of a tarot towery looking image. Milk Thistle is Peaceful Warrior. This is Mars Moon. I love her imagery, and I love the badger. So look at how the flower is kind of an extension of her breast, and you can see, so this is thistle, you see the milk dripping. I love it. Tobacco, another Mars-Pluto. So a lot of Mars-Pluto combinations. Tobacco is offering in First Nation cultures. Then we have another Mars-Pluto, cat's claw, purification. Now we've got a threefer. Mars, or Jupiter, Pluto, Mars, and this is cordyceps, revival. Another mushroom. Look at the DNA helixes. Oh, that's a plane. Reishi is retreat. That's Jupiter's sun. This, I'm thinking it's, just by looking at it, that it might be good for kidneys. There was, look at the bear. So in very ancient times, I'm sure, you think about who was the first person that tried this particular thing, and a lot of times I think people would watch what animals were eating and think, okay, that's okay for us to eat too. But then there's part of the discipline that if a plant looks like something in particular, that it might, look like the part of the body that it's meant to treat. Sorry, I had to put my tiny die away. And this looks like a kidney. So I really wonder if reishi is specific to the kidneys. Retreat. Then we have Jupiter, Pluto, elder, and that is wisdom. Look at the little transparent fairies there. Shisandra, grace. That's Jupiter, Venus. I mean, I could see using this as just a straight-up oracle without even the planetary associations or the herbal associations. The images are just rich and beautiful. Echinacea is Jupiter, Pluto, and that's destiny. Pluto is showing up in a lot of these cards, and I'm curious about that, because then Pluto has its own category. Cannabis, detachment, Saturn and Neptune. Okay, can you tell I'm getting ready to kind of argue with something? So I don't know that I would call cannabis detachment. I mean, she certainly has a right to her, to how she views it. But for me, cannabis is a thing that makes me feel much more connected to everything. So could just be viewpoint. And that's Saturn and Neptune. I said that. Here's just Saturn. Comfrey is completion. Just Saturn. Arnica is teacher. Another excellent, excellent herb. I have some Epsom salts for my bath that has arnica in it and rosemary. And arnica is great for any kind of insults to the body. If you fall down, you bump something, you bruise, you hurt, any kind of trauma to your muscles and bones. Arnica is amazing with that. And I used to use it when my kids were tiny. And, if they fell down and got a bump or something and were like all upset, I had a homeopathic, the boron homeopathic with the little pellets, put some under the tongue. Within minutes, they were better. Okay, this is Saturn, Neptune, Mitragynia. I have never heard of that. And it's shape-shifting. I have a feeling that might be one of the psychedelics. Horsetail, Saturn, Venus, is patience. Look at the pentagram. Uh-oh. There we go. I didn't realize I had turned the timer on. Coca, foresight. Wow, Uranus, Venus. So she really is reclaiming space for some of these plants that have been so abused, just because a plant is abused, it's not the plant's fault. And there are many cases where a whole plant has particular properties, but when you start doing breaking down the plant into components to go after one that can then be abused to strengthen it, what am I trying to say here? I'm trying to think of an example of, okay, here's an example. This isn't a plant, but it's cow's milk. And people that are lactose intolerant, I have heard that if you do not pasteurize the milk, that pasteurization destroys lactase, which is an enzyme that helps you digest the lactose. So when we break things down and start taking away parts, echinacea? No, not echinacea. What is it? Ephedra. Chinese ephedra. Ma Huang and, herbal speed that you cannot get your hands on anymore. But way back in the 90s, early 90s, late 80s, I was going through a detox of my life, and I used to take Sudafed all the time for my sinuses. And I thought, you know what, I don't like taking this kind of stuff, and I went to an herbal place near us where you still could get Chinese ephedra, and I got some, and I thought I'll just do, I'll make a tea, make an infusion. I took one sip of that infusion. It sucked every bit of moisture out of my mouth, and I was speeding for the rest of the evening. So, but the thing is, if you take Sudafed, they talk about it raising your blood pressure. But from what I understand, if you take the whole herb, there is something in it that regulates blood pressure. So perhaps the same with coca. I know that in the places where the First Nations use this, they chew the leaves, the whole leaf, not just separating it, putting it through chemical process and refining for that one component. So this is reclaiming the plant. That long circuitous route was to say that we're reclaiming space for these sacred plants, and this is foresight. Rhodiola is Uranus Mercury, and it's wisdom. Sorry, some things are sticking together here. Cacao is initiation, Uranus Venus. Okay, I'll buy that. Then we have Mars Uranus. This is very interesting, the way she does things, because one planet is larger than the other. This is ginkgo, breakthrough. I would certainly say Mars Uranus combination is breakthrough. Uranus Jupiter, ginseng, magician. Now we're into Neptune, Saturn, poppy, dream. Poppy's another example. Neptune, Pluto, Mercury, Amanita, conduit. Yes, death cap. Very poisonous mushroom. Neptune, moon, passion flower, surrender. Passion flower is another good herb for sleep, for dreams. Valerian, acceptance. This is straight up Neptune. Valerian will knock your ass out and give you very, very interesting dreams. And it smells like feet. It is acceptance. Neptune, Venus, mandrake, sensuality. Pluto, Mars, angel's trumpet is death. See, I don't know if that's a poisonous plant or not. And look at this little box. I was just thinking, I have a little box like this that is my porta-pagan, and it needs refinished. And I was just thinking about that this morning. Here's skullcap, stillness. That's another one that can help you sleep. That's Pluto, Saturn. Pluto, moon, kava kava, community. It's not that the cards are sticking together. They're thick, and I'm just kind of failing in picking them up. Psilocybin is commune with the fairies and the angels and the animals and the forest spirits. Here's ayahuasca, rebirth, and that one was Pluto, Sun. This is Pluto, Jupiter, Neptune. Ayahuasca, rebirth. I'd love to experience that, but I will not do anything that involves puking. Dragon's blood. This is that? I don't know the symbols of the asteroids. Lilith. So this is Black Moon Lilith and Pluto. Anima Mundi. Come on now. I don't know why I'm struggling with this so much. Okay, then we have Venus, Jupiter, and this is lemon balm. That's not Venus. That's Ceres, I believe. Yes, Ceres and Jupiter, nature. Then we have, is that Chiron? Yep, Chiron, Jupiter, dandelion, wounded healer. There's a Merkaba. Then we have the North Node, moon, ashwagandha, purpose. and South Node Pluto, Palo Santo guardian. So interesting, because ashwagandha is one of the key components in a formula that I take for my adrenal insufficiency, and it's a wonderful, wonderful herb. Zoom you right out. And not zoom you right out. Zoom you out, be right back. Okay, here we are. So, let's give this a bit of a blessing, eh? Let's say, I am down to my very, very last little bit of white sage. All right. So we're going to cleanse by fire and air. Purify and activate, and we're going to bless with salt and water, with water and earth, and then with my other wonderful Christmas present here. Let's do it this way. And give it a sound bath for spirit. And then let's ask in guides and guardians, allies and ancestors, and we offer fresh water, and we offer the fire of Azrael, which is an incense blend that is for divination. So, bringing in the spirit of divination and thanking my guides for being here. Let's give these a shuffle. This is a Hay House deck. My biggest complaint with Hay House decks is they're so hard to shuffle because the cardstock is so very thick. So I don't really expect any difference here, but let's give it a shot yet. These are so... I mean, it is possible to shuffle them. Oh, but not possible to bridge them without breaking something. Okay, let's just do this again. And with two shuffles like that, they're already getting bowed. So let's just do this now. And we are going to, let's look at the readings and see if we want to do one of these spreads. All right. The medicine wheel symbolizes the cycle of life, the forever evolving transformations and lessons that we endure. So the center is Sacred Heart, energetic signature in the present moment. South is the past childhood. West is personal truth goal. Okay, that's a very personal one. Body, heart, mind, and soul. That's a daily spread. There's a relationship spread, and then there's a moon spread, which is who are you at this moment in time? What's the current challenge? What are your hidden gifts? What's your current greatest fear? What's your love language? How do you give and receive love? And what is your healing ability? I'm thinking we might go with the present moment. It's a daily spread that allows for a quick mirror to analyze the present. It indicates the general direction your life is presently taking, how your emotional body is supporting the journey, and how your mind is keeping you on track or not. This spread can be used for a quick review about a major decision and insight on the general direction in which you or the situation at hand is headed. All right. Let's do that kind of loosely. It's only 3 cards. So let me focus. Oops. And looky, 3 just fell out. I'm hoping that they're not sequential. If they are, then I will put them back and cut. No, they aren't. They're very well mixed. Okay. So we have Shasandra, we have Rue, and Amanita. Grace, protection, conduit. All right. So the first card in the spread is body, external reality, Sun, Saturn, your physical environment, and how you are with others. So this is for you personally, Roxanne, and for others that are watching this, just whatever messages come through that you can relate to, claim them for yourself. And I'll try to take it on a level where it's a broader interpretation as well. But the deal when you send me a deck is that I read for you. Okay, so Roxanne, this is for you. Present moment. Or this is body. physical environment, and how you are with others. And it says grace. Upright, so we have upright and reverse meanings here. I like that. Is inner beauty, inspirations, euphoria, visions, supernatural power, and synergy. The reverse is aloof, ungrounded, practice moderation, navigate the middle road. And this is Jupiter and Venus. So we have then a part, I'm going to read this whole first one, but probably not all of the next ones. In traditional Chinese medicine, flavors are seen as energetic symbols within a plant, demonstrating its distinct healing traits. Schisandra berry contains all 5 flavors: sweet, bitter, salty, sour, and pungent. I'm trying to imagine what pungent is if it's not any of the 4 before it. Directly signaling its all-encompassing and highly medicinal nature, and earning it the name Wu Wei Ji, or 5-flavored berry. Perfectly yin-yang balanced, Schisandra nurtures all 5 elements: wood, fire, earth, metal, and water, and enters all 12 energy channels or meridians of the human body. As the symbol of longevity and beauty, even suggesting the ability to attain immortality, Schisandra is pictured often in ancient Chinese art. Considered a panacea, which means a cure-all, it increases energy, prolongs life without aging, benefits the mind, supports the eyes, acts as an anti-inflammatory, helps against radiation, protects from nervous system toxicity, cleanses heavy metal toxicity, supports adrenal function, ding ding, supports the lungs, benefits sexual function, balances hormones, and protects the skin. Wow. Schisandra is ruled by Jupiter, and it has an all-encompassing, longevity-enhancing, and expansive medicinal nature. The way it embraces all 5 elements, all 12 energetic channels, and all flavors provides longevity to every organ system and harmonizes all polarities, also a signature of Venus. Now, I'm mindful of the category, your physical environment and how you are with others. So just reading that part, could we answer that question or fill that category? Not so much, but I have a very strong clue. So I'm going to read the guidance part, and then I'll give you my intuitive. Guidance. Like the Temperance card in the Tarot, the goddess holds a cup of water, representing the subconscious, as she crosses over a stream of water representing the conscious mind. So yeah, we do have, she's pouring water from one cup to another. A lot of allusions to Tarot symbology here. Shisandra's medicine teaches us about the high alchemy of beauty, grace, and the harmony of dualities. Swan is here today to remind you of the supernatural powers that you have within. Don't deny your innate and intuitive mastery. Follow your visions and pay close attention to the subtle language in your body and surroundings. If you feel out of orbit or aloof, make time to ground. Grounding will only facilitate your development to a higher consciousness. So again, when we're looking at your physical environment and how you are with others, how would that relate? Well, when I'm reading about, this Schisandra berry is everything, all 5 flavors and all 5 elements and all 12 energies, it's everything, everything, everything. Panacea. And this is saying your physical environment and how you are with others. Physical environment would say that you have what you need. Grace is free. The words gratuity, like a tip. If you're gracious to someone, you're giving, And when we talk about grace from God or the gods or spirit, it's freebies. It's things that we get just, because. And so I wonder if, even though it's upright, if you might be that person that is everybody's everything, that if people come to you for everything and that you are very giving of the gifts that you have. So this category would say that your environment is abundant. You have everything to fulfill all of your needs, all those flavors, all those elements. And how you are with others is you are very giving of your graces. Now, if this had come up reversed, it says practice moderation. It could say that you're just giving until you're tapped out. But we're not going to go there. I just want to say be mindful that you're not over giving, and that you're not stopping someone from figuring out how to do things for themselves because they know you'll do it for them. Okay, next category is beliefs, feeling, it's heart-mind, beliefs, feelings, and attitude, your state of mind, and your feelings around the present situation. So this is number 4. Rue protection. Ruta graveolens, so we do have the Latin name. Upright is a psychic shield, auric protection, angelic wisdom, banisher of darkness, restoration of vitality. Reversed says spirit possession, parasitic energies, anger, self-criticism, judgment, and self-hatred, and it's Sun Pluto. So, state of mind and feelings. Rue is said to be the herb of angels, granting us the ability to channel the angelic realms. It emanates golden energy like a lion, powerfully protecting and pouring in light into any space that it inhabits. Resilient like the wide array of solar herbs, it grows generously and abundantly, thriving in all kinds of terrain, demonstrating its strong life force and vitality. Rue has landed in your cards today to remind you to protect your aura from lurking and possessive spirits that might be consuming your energy. And coming right after this one, it's saying, yes, that there are someone or someones that are just all too willing to take advantage of what you give graciously. And so we need to protect that. Don't allow parasitic negativity to darken your field, which can create perpetual states of self-criticism, self-doubt, or self-hatred. Call upon Rue's power to shield your body with angelic forces and restore radiance, vitality, and love in your atmosphere. So state of mind and feelings is that I need to put my shields up. I need to put my, not necessarily walls, but shields, that when we do our grounding and we put the egg around us, it's so that we can still engage with our environment without swimming in it, without soaking up the energies. We can observe, not absorb, as we say. So yeah, where you're at emotionally is possibly feeling a little tapped out, who wouldn't, and in need of some protection, some boundaries, some buffer zone, okay? Last one is soul, higher self guidance and energy, the direction your soul and true purpose is taking you. And here we have Amanita, the conduit. Amanita muscaria, upright, conduit, channel, bridger of realities, connection to higher power, celebration, coming home, family, awakening. Reversed is a lack of belonging, disconnected from source, discomfort with family, unhappiness, and ungrounded. And it's Neptune, Pluto, and Mercury. So higher self guidance and energy, the direction your soul is taking you. It is taking you towards spirit, towards, sorry, I got fuzz, towards that sense of belonging. And really, where do you find that? You find that here. When you have dropped your whatever inner walls you have built that hold off the things you don't want to feel. The problem is, in order to shield yourself from those feelings, you have to wall off other feelings as well. And when you integrate those parts of you that have been kind of detached through trauma, through choice, whatever, mostly trauma, when you reintegrate those parts, there is this great sense of homecoming, of belonging, of being home with your true self. So, guidance, your channel is open. Earth spirits celebrate you as you come to one of your homes. You feel one with nature and all her offspring, your extended family. So connection through nature as well. You can clearly see through the veil, and your gift of profound insight is now at hand. You are here to be a bridge for the children of Earth, a conduit of safety and healing energy for the newer generations. Embody the medicine of children, laugh, sing, and play, spreading joy in the world regardless of your age. If you feel disconnected, breathe. focus on releasing old breath by emptying your lungs with long exhales. Yes, long exhales. Complete exhale before you try a deep inhale. Explore by connecting to nature's cycles and co-create with your chosen family to regain a sense of belonging. This is really good. So where is your soul taking you? What's your higher purpose? To greater connection, not just greater connection with spirit, but as a conduit. So once you find that connection, or strengthen that connection, then you become a way shower. You become a pathfinder for others that need to know the way. So you can then be an example of, here is where I have taken myself through my spiritual practice, and I can show you how to do it too. And I want to go, I want to read one part again here. What is going on, Pyewacket? Pyewacket is under the bed, causing mischief. Okay, the part that says, you can see clearly through the veil and your gift of profound insight is now at hand. So you are also being shown by spirit. You're on the brink of deep insight into something you may have been wrestling with. And that something might be, where do I put my boundaries? I have a lot to give, and I give graciously, through love and caring, but I can overdo it a little bit. So I need to put boundaries around that. So that I'm not emotionally drained. Regardless of your physical resources, you can end up emotionally and energetically drained. And where this process is taking you is into deeper insight of your own purpose and how to fulfill that purpose, knowing that you can't fulfill it if you're tapped out. If you give it all away, you're tapped out. Believe it's taken me this long to kind of learn this lesson. When I did a couple of lives, where it was just a very trimmed down version because I don't have, as much to give, I'm learning how not to leave it all on the stage or on the field or wherever it is. That's a saying that talks about just not holding back, giving everything you've got. And it's really appropriate when you're talking about, sports and performance and stuff like that. You just leave it all out there. But in day-to-day life, you do need to know when enough is enough. You do need to be able to feel when you're hitting your own boundaries and you're about to give too much. You're about to be drained, So I think you're on the brink of insights here and a sense of profound connection with spirit, and then as you do these things for yourself, you become an example, because it is really, hard as hell to teach people things, even if they want to know them. The best way is to show them. We don't tell them, we show them. So as you live your life fulfilling your spiritual purpose, becoming that conduit, more time in nature, more time listening to your own intuition, more time doing protective practices just on a day-to-day basis, and really paying attention to the gifts that you have to give. And I'm seeing it's looping back now into a circle, because you come into this great connection with spirit, this deep insight, and that is a grace for you, and it is something that you can then give from, as long as you keep your protections in place. Okay. I think that's all I have to say about that, except that I really love this deck, Roxanne. Thank you so much. I hope that the reading resonated for you and possibly for some other viewers, If it did and you want something more personal for yourself, hit that Amazon wish list. And for me, as a little gift for me that won't cost you a thing, please hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't done so already. I'll be ramping up again for the new year, but I am running very low on decks. So if you want the unboxings to keep going, I need some gifts. Please and thank you. All right, you guys. I hope you have an excellent day, and I will see you again on an unboxing or a live stream. And until then, this is Luna. Blessed be.